What's up, guys? This is a unexpected emergency episode. My central air conditioning unit wasn't working right. It was just kept running and running and running, and the house was not cooling down at all. So I had to do a little investigating, and I found out I have a huge dilemma on my hands, and I'll take you through the process of what I discovered with that. Stay tuned. Into our access panel and see what those A coils are doing. That is inside the furnace on top of the chill box for the air conditioner. Inside the furnace in the basement. I got an access port. There's the vents, or the pipes that go to the vents, but look at that. Holy crap. I was wondering why there is no air blowing out of our air conditioner, and I'm going to call the heating and cooling people because there's no air moving, but I know the blower's working, but there's like 3 inches of ice on the air conditioner and chill box. That's why no air is getting through. Oh boy. Okay, so I went ahead and already took the unit apart and started working on it. It's kind of an emergency. So I had to, put the camera down and take care of this before we lost our, $5,000 to $10,000 furnace unit, because the drip tray is meant to catch regular condensation, not like 3 gallons of ice formed up around it. So all the extra ice that's abnormal is draining through like all the sides of the furnace, and that's not supposed to happen. So I did an impatient thing and just decided to turn the furnace on and let it melt all of the ice, which that'll work because I don't want to, I want to monitor where the water's going. So I turned it all on to see where all the water's draining out of. Get the furnace to melt all of it so I can just kind of monitor it as we go. But yeah, you don't want all that water draining into all this open electronics, resistors, and capacitors. That would be bad. A little short and just blow up this whole thing. And I don't want it inside. They just replaced that motor. The guys came out, heating and air conditioning, and replaced that. So I definitely don't want that $400 motor to go boom, and there's kind of water draining in and around that. Alright, we're going to try and drill a hole in the bottom of this drum. I'll let this water drain out. Well, it broke a drill bit, but also made a hole. Definitely a lot of water in there. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Freaking river. Yeah, that's not something you want stuck inside your blower motor housing. So it'll fling that water all over this unit, into the motor, into the electronics. You don't want that. Jeez, man. There's still water coming out of that thing. Steady stream. Great. I'm gonna need another towel. It's like all the water funneled straight down into this blower drum. That's nice. But the good news is I don't see it. It's dripping a little bit here and there, but looks like most all the water's collecting in there, so I guess that's okay. Because now I've got a steady way to get it all out of there. Dang, I don't know if you can see that a little bit. It is still streaming. Hello from inside the furnace. What are you doing in there? Get out of there. Oh boy. You can almost see water dripping. Yeah, so we tinker with things so you don't have to learn the hard way like I do. I guess that's the whole point of tinkering, why you get so good at fixing crap, is because you live and learn. Now, I should have, when I noticed the air conditioning unit was just running and running and running, I should have just shut it down, and then that would have solved, wow, water just dripped right through that camera. It probably would have solved most all the problem, because the water wouldn't have kept backing up and causing more ice to form. So, but you live and learn, because I was like, well, maybe it's just the that needs recharge. So I was just letting it run to try and cool the house down a little bit, because it was getting really warm upstairs. And yeah, don't do that. If you ever think you have a problem, just shut her down. I let it run all day, and it made like 3 inches of ice form all over the place. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing this if I just would have shut her off. So live and learn. Thanks for a good video, though. Most people don't get to see their central air conditioning unit have like 4 gallons of water turned into ice stuck in it. Lucky me. Lucky me. But we do crazy crap, so hopefully you won't have to. Oh. Alright, let me grab you out of there. Come on, walk your way out. There you go. You can do it. Alright, we're gonna fire this puppy up so you can see it. I got my foot on the safety trigger. You shouldn't do this unless you're a professional and you kind of know what you're doing. So, hold that down. The exhaust blower has come on. Soon the igniter cycle will happen. See if you can get a good view of that. Igniter cycle should happen any moment. Gas is releasing. There it goes. There's all the burners kicking on. Alright. Got my towel secure so it won't get sucked up there. Let's see how much water. There goes the relays for the blower. Got a little bit of water flying. There's still some water dripping. But this thing needs to dry out. I gotta take care of that. That's right above the electronics. We do not want anything dripping there. This is all just what this takes, trial and error. Just turn it on, sop up any water it blows, because I mean it's gonna be blowing lots of water around for a little while until I can get it all wiped down. And you just saw some drip. Yep, long, tedious process. I just wanted you to see a furnace fire up and see what that was all about. Again, unless you're trained in this kind of thing, or you've done it for a long time like I have, I've been messing with furnaces in several houses. I'm not a professional, but I know enough not to blow myself up. So, if you don't know what you're doing, call somebody that does. Let me get up. There's an access hole. Took the panel off. Get down here. And that's what the A coils are supposed to look like. But yeah, you saw how iced up this thing was. And now if the ice was in these, you know, two middle chambers, you know, left and right here, it'd been fine. The drip tray would have collected all that and passed it out the drain. But since all the ice was along the sides, and like along the front and back, all that water's draining down the sides of the machine, and it wasn't designed for that. So that's why we have a problem, because water's getting where water is not supposed to go inside this unit. Got it all put back together, got towels around it, just any remaining water seeping through the cracks is going to kind of drain onto the floor, so got that. Alright, we'll go ahead and flip her back on. Got all the water out as much as I can. We'll let the blower dry the rest of the machine out. So I figured out what the problem was with the air conditioning unit, why it iced up so bad. What happened was the condensation drain hose that lets all the condensation out so it doesn't back up and turn into a giant ice block, that had been all plugged up. I took the hose off and blew through it, and all this nasty crap came out, and that was pretty much the cause for this whole problem. So if we learned anything from this, it'd be to every season, if you can remove your drain hose that comes from your unit and goes all the way to the drain, remove it every season and try and blow it out with a compressed air, or just, you know, clean it off and use your mouth and blow through it. Make sure that is obstruction free, and that will save you a whole lot of heartache every year, so your unit doesn't completely ice up and turn into a glacier, and you're replacing it because now it's just shorted out and blown up. If you like this video, please smash that like button, comment, and subscribe, and remember to keep tinkering every day. Yeah, I just have to keep draining the water out of this and, you know, turn it on, let it blow out, and kind of just keep an eye on it so it doesn't get in the electronics. But that's my life. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'd rather be sleeping, but I can't sleep if it's freaking 90 degrees inside our house, so I need to get this done and running again. It should be fine once I get all the water out, but have a good night and keep doing that tinkering everyday thing I usually talk about. I'm tired. Good night.